it's going to be a tight game if the last game that these two teams played against each other was any indication.
Yeah, it's going to be a great, even matched up tonight. Like you said, the last game at the Bayshore was only a 1-goal difference, so I think we're going to see a good matchup here tonight. So I think the big difference, with an even matched team is going to be the special teams, where they're both 8th and 10th in penalty kill. Cambridge is 3rd in the power play, whereas Owen Sound is 10th. So if Cambridge can stay out of the box today and capitalize on the power play, I think they'll have some good results.
Two important points on the line between these two teams as they try to rise up the Western Conference just prior to the playoffs. Ball drop just moments away. We'll send down the floor for the national anthems. National anthems have concluded. We are ready for Thursday night lacrosse here in Cambridge at Galt Arena Gardens. Before ball drop, let's take you through the starting netminders. Steve, who will we be seeing between the pipes here for both teams?
So for the North Stars, we're going to have Miles Plater. He's got a goals against average of 8.35. And for Cambridge, we're going to have Mateo Bowden. He's been carrying the load the last few games, and his goals against average right now is 9.49. On the last few games, he's brought that under 10.
Mateo Bowden has won his last 2 decisions. He actually played the first game between these two teams back in May, where he surrendered 12 goals in a 12-11 loss to Owen Sound, their last time out. As for Miles Plater, played in both games this past weekend. His most recent start, he surrendered 11 goals to the Guelph Regals, but has managed the bulk of the load as he tries to rebound after a tough game against a red-hot Guelph team.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup tonight. We've got Cambridge blew a 2-goal lead in the last 5 minutes of the last game against Owen Sound. So we'll see if they can have some better results and hang on at the end of the game here.
As the scramble ball drop has now concluded, we are officially underway here in Cambridge as Owen Sound gets possession here on the initial draw as they set up here. Owen Sound coming off a loss to Guelph, 11-6 loss. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. But in those 3 losses, they played against some tough competition: Elora, Hamilton, and Guelph. All those teams fighting in the top of the league. As for Owen Sound and Cambridge, both of these teams on the edge of the playoff hunt, just on the inside, 7th and 8th respectively, as they look to continue to rise up the Western Conference standings before the playoffs begin.
Yeah, Cambridge is going to be looking to get some good points here at the end of the season, hopefully get a better first-round matchup.
As the play gets whistled down on the Cambridge first possession, so it's Owen Sound back on the attack here. We're just a minute into this first period. Stepping in is Tyson Downs. He'll drop it up, but that ball gets taken away, but picked up once again by Owen. As loose ball now on the far wall. Going under there is Holden Stevenson for Owen Sound. As a loose ball scramble gets underway and the play gets whistled down, so it's Owen Sound ball.
Yeah, it wasn't quite clear who was holding who there.
As Curtis Arnold has it, 6 goals in his last 3 games. As he's been able to find the back of the net in all of those 3 games, and he's 1 goal away from his career high of 16. As the boost ball gets picked up by Cambridge, and they'll carry back out the other way, led by Drake Neal, who had 6 points in their victory over Point Edward. 5 of those points being assists. As Cambridge settles things down here, as we've had a little bit of a slow start here early on, Steve. As Hunsberger has it now, he'll send it to the far wall for Weinstein. Weinstein back out in front. There's Hopper with a quick drive. That just misses wide, and the ball will go back out to center.
Cambridge is getting a fresh set of 30 seconds there.
As the Highlanders back on the attack, right at the top of the key. Here's Francis Renner. He works his way in. His shot was stopped and set aside by Miles Plater. As Owen Sound back on the attack here. As that pass offline, picked up by the captain Poirier, and he'll carry it back for the Highlanders into the Owen Sound zone. Evan Wallace picking it up. He'll settle things down. Did not play against Owen Sound the first time these two teams met earlier in the year. Is currently riding a 5-game point streak. He'll look to extend that to 6 here. He had a chance there on the shot from the elbow, but that was set aside there by Plater. As he picks up, but Plater early on has been good between the pipes for Owen Sound. Here's Tyson Morrison. He carries it into the Cambridge zone. Dropping it off there for Cutter Moran, who leads his team in scoring with 53 points. Here's Tyson Morrison now. Trying to outmuscle the defender, Tyler Graham. As the Owen Sound whistle one wide, and it goes right back into the Owen Sound zone. As the shot clock will wind down, so it's a violation against the Owen Sound North Stars. So it's Highlanders ball. Highlanders carrying it back out into the Owen Sound zone. The last time these two teams met, Cambridge had a 9-6 lead against the Owen Sound attack going into the third period, but the Owen Sound North Stars rather, but the North Stars were able to put up 6 goals in the third period and were able to come away with the 2 points with a 12-11 victory over the Highlanders as they look to get the season sweep here in Cambridge.
Yeah, that was the first of their 2 back-to-back 1-goal losses.
As there was a violation in front of the Cambridge goal. So it's Highlanders ball as that play gets whistled down. 4 minutes into this first period. Still looking for our first goal in the game.
Yeah, it's pretty slow start. They're both feeling each other out here.
As Nick Thomas has it, and he'll send it court wide for Francis Renner. Francis Renner fakes the shot, back out to the near side. Tyler Graham, who has 12 points in his last 2 games, 7 goals and 5 assists last weekend. As he is riding the hot hand right now for Cambridge. Travis Morrison now enters the Cambridge zone. He works his way in, back out in front. There's a quick shot up close, but Mateo Bowden makes a nice first save here against Owen Sound. That shot coming off of Joe Coughlin. And back the other way quickly are the Highlanders. Here's Johannes. He picks it up, and he'll send it back to Tyler Graham now, who slows things down here. Reaching the 5-minute mark in this first period. As Hunsberger has it down the corner, but he gets smothered by Calvin Stewart, who knocks the ball loose. As the ball gets picked up by Stewart, and he'll carry it out for Owen Sound.
Yeah, the last 2 possessions, they've had a couple of easy giveaways.
Here's Elliot Thompson now at the elbow. Dropping off there for Tyson Downs, who has points in all 7 games he's been dressed for. As there was a violation there on the screen set by Curtis Arnold, so that play gets blown down, and it's Highlanders ball. As they'll bring it back and try to open up the scoring here on this possession. Here's Drake Neal, sends it to the far wall as the Highlanders work around the perimeter. Here's Wallace now, back out for Neal. Neal streaking in, he shoots. A nice save there from Miles Plater as Drake Neal had a good luck as he was streaking in.
That was a good pass in there by Whistle. He's playing his first game, Carter Whistle, tonight for the Cambridge Highlanders.
Carter Whistle and AP joining this team for the first time this season. As Owen Sound has it in the corner, Jordan Cochran has it now. Back up to the key. Here's a shot from Morrison from the elbow. That was held on by Bowden. As a loose ball now gets picked up by Owen Sound.
Yeah, he put that right into his crest.
Here's Coughlin. Sends it to the far wall as Owen Sound gets another shot here. As there's a long shot and they score. Sean McMahon comes off the bench and goes long distance past the blocker side of Bowden and opens up the scoring for Owen Sound. It's 1-0.
Yeah, McMahon's one they're going to have to watch. Last game in their meeting, he had 2 goals, 2 assists, and yeah, that just snuck it in the inside post there on the right side.
The former Orangeville Earthmen, as you see a replay here, dials from long distance as he has points in 4 straight games. Make that 5 straight games now as he entered with 13 points over his last 4 games. So he's been riding a hot stick here for Owen Sound. As the North Stars will regroup here and try to double their lead here early on in this game. Tyson Downs now trying to play it back for Travis Morrison out of his reach, and the ball will roll right back into the Owen Sound zone. Shot clock 1 out, so that will expire. As Highlanders ball. As I think the ball got stuck up there in the rafters there after Owen Sound trying to play it all the way back into the Highlanders zone.
Yeah, we'll have to get you to climb up there and get it in the intermission there, Isaac.
As Francis Renner right off the whistle puts one past Plater and ties this game back at 1.
Good quick counter there. Get this game tied up and not let the North Stars get any momentum here.
Francis Renner has been hot of late, has recorded 3 or more goals in of his 15 games this season. Enters the game coming off a 6-game performance, 4 goals in that game, as he continues to lead this offense here for Cambridge with a goal here early on.
Yeah, he's definitely got the hot hand.
Here's Nick Thomas working his way in. He walks and shoots. That was turned aside by Plater, and the ball will go up and out of play, so it gets whistled down. Shot clock resets at 30. Highlanders getting some momentum here after the open goal. As Drake Neal has it now. He walks, shoots, and scores. Drake Neal from top of the key sneaks one past Plater, and the Cambridge Highlanders get their first lead in the game. It's 2-1.
That's a great shot from Neal there. You know, he's had 3 goals and 5 assists in his last 2 games. So, you know, again, just a little more balanced scoring, and Cambridge will enjoy this.
Uses a great screen there set by his teammate and makes no mistake. We've seen that many times on Rogers TV. Drake Neal, really an offensive threat for the Cambridge Highlanders. Here's another chance for the Hunters off the draw. Here's Neal, back to Thomas. Thomas works his way in, he shoots. That was steered aside by Plater. Loose ball gets picked up quickly, and back the other way are the North Stars. Here's Tyson Morrison, he works his way in. That shot whistles wide, gathered by Carter Moran in the corner. Back up to Tyson Morrison, as loose ball will get picked up by Joel Coughlin. Here's Coughlin out the elbow. Screen set by Morrison. Coughlin shot whistles wide, and the ball will go up and out of play. So down.
Yeah, Coughlin's another one of their offensive threats.
Here's Coughlin now. At the elbow, has some room. He shoots, and he scores. Joel Coughlin has some time and space on the near side, works his way in and goes over the shoulder of Bowden. And just like that, we're tied up at 2.
So the last meeting, just like McMahon, Coughlin had 2 goals and 2 assists in that game. In fact, he scored the game-winning goal.
He did score the game-winning goal with 58 seconds left in that game against the Highlanders. As we get another look here at the Coughlin goal. Just too much time and space there, and he does a nice job of putting it past Bowden. So after a very slow and low-scoring first quarter of this first period, Steve, the second quarter has really opened up here. 4 goals quickly for both sides.
Yeah, I guess feeling each other out is over now.
As the game has opened up here in Cambridge. Graham's pass down low for Hunsberger. Out of his reach, as the ball now in the corner as Ball ensues for the loose ball, picked up by Owen Sound. As the ball gets poked loose and picked up by the captain for Owen Sound, Braden Kruger. He works his way in transition. He shoots. Set aside by Bowden. As the ball bounces off the glass, loose ball gets picked up by the Highlanders, and they'll carry it back out the other way. Here's Mitch Subject now. One of the 3 players on this Highlanders team to play in every single regular season game. Stay-at-home defenseman on this Highlanders team.
Yeah, he's been a steady guy back there.
Here's Evan Wallace now. Back up to Thomas as Weinstein works his way, and loose ball right out in front. Quick shot, they score! Corbin Halbert picks up the loose ball out in front and is able to capitalize as the Highlanders now take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, they left him unmarked, alone in front. Kind of feel sorry for Plater. He didn't have anything that he could do on that play.
As we get another look here, working around the perimeter, Weinstein had it at the top of the key, and the loose ball just finds its way to Hopper right out in front. Nobody covering him right in the crease, and he's able to capitalize on the loose ball.
So we're continuing this high-scoring period now, or second half of the period anyways.
As we're back to center court for the ball drop. As Owen Sound will win it and then send it right off of the Cambridge Redhawks rafters. As it's now Highlanders ball after the ball went out of bounds. Here's Nick Thomas now. Francis Renner in the corner. Already a goal in this game. Works his way in. Sends it to Hunsberger. Here's Nick Thomas now. As the Highlanders working around the perimeter. Weinstein delayed penalty on the play. As that shot gets stopped by Plater, the play gets whistled down, and Cambridge will go for their first power play.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Bowden's running to the bench, so it must be a North Stars penalty coming up.
Special teams is very important between these two teams. Cambridge coming into this game with the most power play goals in the league. They have the fourth best power play percentage with 37.72%. As for Owen Sound, 62.12% penalty kill, but against the Cambridge Highlanders, they were 5 for 7 in their last meeting.
Yeah, Gavin Downs going to the box there for the North Stars. And like you said, Cambridge now, this is part of their game plan. When I was talking to the coach before the game, is to stay out of the penalty box and try and capitalize on the plays.
As there's a shorthanded chance here for the North Stars. A great effort there from the North Stars, shorthanded. As diving into the crease was Sean McMahon looking for his second goal of the game. This one shorthanded, but he just misses wide. Cambridge back on the attack here, led by Tyler Graham. As he had a shot earlier on the power play that was turned aside by Plater. As he rolls one over to Drake Neal. Francis Renner now to Weinstein. As they work around the perimeter now, Neal has it. Fakes a shot, back to Thomas. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Here's Thomas now, back to Francis Renner. Quickly out front for Graham. He takes a sharp angle shot that missed the net, so the shot clock did not reset. So it's a shot clock violation for the Highlanders, and the ball gets picked up by the North Stars.
Yeah, he was mugged behind the net anyway, so.
Here's a quick chance out in front, off the post. That was off of Tyson Downs. Another shorthanded opportunity for the North Stars. Stays out of the goal, as they can't seem to get one shorthanded and tie up this game. Slowing it down is Tyson Downs in the corner. Waste some time, 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Trying to muscle his way through. He gets stopped there as he takes a low shot with the shot clock winding down, and that was easily handled there by Bowden. Back the other way with 10 seconds remaining on the power play are the Highlanders.
Cambridge is not going to be happy they weren't able to capitalize on that. Actually, I think the better chances were given up shorthanded.
This might be a nice momentum boost here for the North Stars. A great penalty kill here from the North Stars. As Drake Neal sent up front, Hunsberger was right there and he scores!
What a great pass across the mouth of the goal.
Drake Neal sets up Hunsberger to score just after the expiry of the power play, and Cambridge doubles their lead now. It's 4-2.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. That was a lot better movement of the ball, quick passing, and wide open. Wide open was Hunsberger.
Hunsberger has a point in all 13 games this season, including a hat trick against Owen Sound the last time these two teams met. He's coming off a 4-game performance over Point Edward. That was his third 4-goal game of the year. The others coming against the London Blue Devils as well as Six Nations. As the North Stars have some work to do here midway through the first. As there's a big check there from Jake Patterson. That's going to draw some attention and a penalty. So after the North Stars were able to kill off their first penalty, they now go to the power play.
Yeah, just of there were the Highlanders trying to see who's going to the box here.
So Jake Patterson heads to the box. A little bit of cross-checking there in the far corner, drew the call. And back on the power play for the first time are the North Stars. There's McMahon, back to Moran. As they work around the perimeter now, as Moran has it now. He walks and shoots. Stop there. A nice save there off Moran, who had 80 points in 20 games last season. As he takes another shot from the elbow. That one, again, turned aside by Bowden. Here's Mitch Subject now working his way in. He gets tripped up. Loose ball gets picked up by Tyson Downs. He's off to the races. Here's Downs. Downs in, shoots. Just misses wide. Ball will carry him right back to center as the play gets whistled down, and it's Highlanders ball. But Tyson Downs has had some good opportunities here early on for the North Stars.
Yeah, he's fast too. So you're going to have to keep an eye on him on these quick turnovers.
Have to make sure you are responsible with the ball with Tyson Downs on the floor.
Well, their best defensive guy was down on the floor, unfortunately, and with Subject getting knocked over there.
Got tied up there with a couple North Stars as Francis Renner has it. Shot clock winding down to 5. Francis Renner back across. Here's Graham. He walks and shoots. Whistles that one wide, and it'll go all the way back into the Highlanders zone. Shot clock will wind down. So it's a North Stars ball here with 50 seconds remaining on their first power play.
Yeah, they had some good movement on the good passing, quick movement on the first part of this power play. See if they can get another good opportunity here.
Here's Tyson Downs at the elbow, back out in front for McMahon. He winds up, fires. That just missed. This is wide. That was a good chance there for McMahon, making a bid for his second goal of the game. And because it missed the net, shot clock did not reset. 6 seconds remain on the shot clock. Here's Downs, winds up, fires. That one also misses wide. So the shot clock will wind down after a couple of missed opportunities for the North Stars. So 18 seconds left here on the Cambridge-Patterson penalty. As loose ball in the Cambridge zone, but a great play there from Thomas.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Knocks the ball loose. That was Dalton Thomas knocking the ball loose there. Might have even saved a goal there, Steve.
Well, he certainly saved a 2-0. So.
As Tyson Morrison takes a shot from the elbow. That was blocked out in front. As the play gets whistled down, Highlanders ball. Patterson now out of the box, so both of the teams unable to capitalize on their man advantages.
Yeah, Dalton Thomas stretching his 6'3" frame there to get that ball knocked off, so they didn't get that opportunity.
As Drake Neal was parked right out in front, and he scores. And Hunsberger returns the favor, finding Neal right out in front with no North Star in sight, and he's able to capitalize. And after killing their first penalty, the Highlanders take a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, Drake Neal, he's come out to play today. I've seen he's really good in the offensive zone, good passing, and good shooting.
So Miles Plater's night, at least for now, is over. A goaltender change here happening for the North Stars. Nick Sanderson coming in. The coaching staff not liking what they see from their Owen Sound team here early on in this first period. So Plater plays 14 minutes and 20 seconds, giving up 5 goals. But you can't really put the blame solely on Plater.
No, definitely not. But you know what? Sanderson got the win the last time these two teams met. Maybe they're looking to see if they can get a little more of that magic tonight.
As here's Wallace now. Wallace working his way in. As Steve alluded to, Sanderson, his lone win on the season was against the Highlanders at 12-11 victory. And as Francis Renner takes a shot from distance with the shot clock winding down, so Sanderson gets his first touch of the rubber and makes the save. Here's Tyson Downs now. Already a lot of chances here early on for the forward. As the ball gets poked loose and gets into the corner, play gets whistled down. So it's North Stars ball here.
Oh, and they get a fresh 30-second clock.
Fresh 30-second clock. Moran has it now. Back to the far wall, back out for Morrison. Morrison at the elbow, working his way in, dropping it off there for Tyson Downs. Ball gets poked loose. Great defense here from the Highlanders. In the corner now, here's Morrison. Morrison back out in front, there's a quick chance. Stopped by Bowden, the play did get whistled down, as I believe Arnold had his foot in the crease, but a nice save there from Bowden nonetheless.
Yeah, Bowden's been strong tonight.
As Hunsberger now carries into the North Stars zone. As the North Stars will regroup here. As they work a perimeter. Here's Francis Renner. He walks and shoots. Just misses wide. Evan Wallace picks it up. Back to the far wall. Foul ensues at the elbow. As 2 North Stars and 1 Highlander in there. Hopper picks it up and quickly shoots, but it's a shot clock violation on that play. But that was Carter Whistle involved there in the scrum for the Highlanders, trying to protect the ball for the Highlanders in the offensive zone.
Yeah, he's looking good in his first game. He's fitting right in, getting a few minutes here and there. Good to see him get involved.
As the Owen Sound this game, as the ball comes back out for McMahon. Tries to work his way in, but he's stood up at the top of the key by Patterson. Play gets whistled down, and it's Highlanders ball here with 3:32 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be a penalty there, getting knocked down from behind, but just gave him the possession.
Graham's pass on to the stick of Thomas, back out to the far side now. Neal back out in front. Graham, he shoots and he scores. Nice pass there from Drake. Neal sets up Tyler Graham, who makes a nice move up close. And Cambridge has emphasized their lead. It's now 6-2.
Yeah, great shot from Tyler Graham there. But I'll tell you, we're talking about Drake Neal a lot tonight.
There's a reason why he's top 3 in scoring on this Highlanders team, as he makes a nice setup here for Tyler Graham, who finds some open space right in front of Sanderson. And makes no mistake, as the Highlanders' high-octane offense has continued here on this Thursday evening. They are coming off 2 games where they put up 18 and 19 goals respectively, as they have scored double digits in 5 of their last 6 games. As the offense has been hot now, as Francis Renner carries it in. Trying to work his way in, but the score clock 4 went off, so the play stopped for a moment as it resumes now, as there was a shot from Wallace, but that was held on by Sanderson. Not sure what happened there at the scorekeeper's table.
Maybe they're calling down for a review.
As Morrison has it now. Back to the far wall in the elbow. Back to Morrison now. Morrison trying to work his way in. Gets met there by Johannes. Here's Morrison now. Walks in, shoots. That just misses wide. Loose ball. Picked up by the Highlanders, but the play gets whistled down, so it'll be Owen Sound ball with a fresh 30 seconds after the infraction. And as Owen Sound has it now. Here's Owen. Trying to work his way in. He walks in, centers it out front. There's a quick shot. That was stopped. That was off the stick of Coughlin. As Poirier picks up, and he's the other way.
Yeah, Bowden saw it all the way.
Here's Graham back out in front. Holbert's there. Just misses wide. He had a nice chance up close.
Yeah, I just put that a little bit over the net. He had Sanderson beat.
As the shot clock resets to 30 seconds. Here's a quick chance for Graham. Graham working his way in with some space. And they are going to say that he stepped in the crease, so no goal on the play. Graham looking for his second goal of the game, but a nice nifty move there from Tyler Graham. Checked at center court. There, Kennedy. As the ball goes into the Owen Sound zone, ball ensues in the near boards. Highlander was knocked down there. I think that was Kennedy as well, getting knocked down.
A little bit of bad blood going on there. A little bit of shoving after the whistle.
A lot of shoving after the whistle. As the play gets whistled down, so it's Highlanders ball with a fresh 30. As Evan Wallace has it now. Back to Hunsberger. Hunsberger working around the perimeter, sends it out front. Weinstein rather couldn't get the shot away. As Wallace has it, back for Hunsberger. Hunsberger walks in, shoots, and scores. Cole Hunsberger's second goal of the game puts one through the wickets of Sanderson, and it's now 7-2 here for the Cambridge Highlanders.
Well, they've got 2 guys whacking away on Francis Renner, so just stands to reason the Cambridge guy's open. Sure enough, Hunsberger there. It just nice shot there, low, beat Sanderson.
Nice low shot there from Cole Hunsberger. Second on the night. As the Highlanders have put up a 7 spot in this first period. And as Owen Sound opened up the scoring in this game, Steve. But ever since then, it's really been all Highlanders. Back on the attack are Owen Sound as Kruger carries it into the Highlander zone. Drops it off now for McMahon. McMahon off the bench. 6 seconds remaining in the first period. Ball in the corner. Cochran trying to go back out in front. The reach of Holden Stevenson as Owen Sound regroups. 7 seconds remain on the shot clock. Here's Coughlin now, low shot, stopped by Bowden, and he'll hang on. So a fresh 30 seconds, but the play gets whistled down with 22.9 seconds remain in the first period. Timeout called by the Highlanders.
Yeah, you know what, this is very reminiscent of our last broadcast against Hamilton, where Cambridge had an outstanding defensive first period, and they put up even more goals tonight than they did against Hamilton in the first. So this looks well if they can keep playing with this kind of momentum.
They were playing very similar to the way they did against Hamilton, as you alluded to, Steve. They've been playing very aggressive defense, not giving the North Stars much space in the Highlander zone, something that we saw against Hamilton. Unfortunately for Cambridge, they just couldn't hold that up for 60 minutes. We'll see if they can do that here tonight. It's only 20 minutes of play. There's still 40 minutes left. Lots of lacrosse left for Owen Sound.
Definitely, and the shots that North Stars are getting through, Bowden's really doing well tonight. Again, they're keeping him on the bench here for the extra attacker. There's only 22 seconds left, so to hopefully keep possession and get a shot off near the end of that clock.
7 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock, so the shot clock will not wind down as Francis Renner will hold on for the last shot of the opening period. Francis Renner back to Thomas. Thomas now, 5 seconds remaining, back out in front. Big save there from Sanderson as the time will wind down as Cambridge had a good look at the end of the period. And now in the far corner, battle ensues between two North Stars and two Highlanders. Now a fight ensues on the far side. Looking like Elliot Thompson for the North Stars is involved. He takes a couple right hands, and he's going to knock down this Highlander as Elliot Thompson trying to wake up his team here in the end of the first period after the Highlanders take a 7-2 lead.
Yeah, that was a lot of rough stuff at the end there. It looked like 3 skirmishes might start, just the one, and can't quite. It was against Tyler Graham. Was the one who went head to head with Elliot Thompson.
The Cambridge Highlanders take a 7-2 lead into the first intermission, but it ended off with some fireworks. A big fight between the North Stars and the Highlanders. Still 40 minutes left to play. We'll take you through the first period and the out-of-town scoreboard coming up next. You're watching Cambridge.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
I'm Carolyn King, and I'm a member of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the creator of the Moccasin Identifier. Philip Cote, an artist in Toronto here, took and redrew real moccasins. We're starting over with the children. The idea is that they would research whose land their school is built on, near, or what treaty area they're in. And the educational kit that we have has all that information in there. And the children just, love it. My dream is that this province will be covered with moccasin identifiers within the next decade. And they will forever know whose land they're on. That's the goal. Educate and awareness with a nice, simple little program called the Moccasin Identifier.
Lovely viewers, it's your host of On the Couch, Antoine El Hashim, reminding you to tune in for every episode of Season 9 of the longest running and most loved local queer talk show on Rogers TV. Check it out.
welcome back to the Galt Arena Gardens here. We're through 20 minutes of play, and the Cambridge Highlanders have jumped out to an early 7-2 lead over the visiting Owen Sound North Stars. Isaac Carmichael alongside Steve Klein. Steve, this first period, Cambridge was firing on all cylinders, led by Drake Neal, who led the team offensively.
Yeah, and what an explosive finish there.
Yeah, crazy finish with the fight at the end of the first period.
Yeah. So, Cambridge has got the usual suspects putting goals in. You got Francis Renner, you got Hunsberger, you've got Drake Neal. It's a nice sign for them, and if they can keep going like this throughout the game with stingy defense and pouring in the offense, they could walk away with the 2 points today.
So Owen Sound opened up the scoring. It wasn't until about the 5-minute mark where we finally got our first goal, but things started to open up a little bit. Cambridge scored 2 in a row. Back on the attack are the Owen Sound North Stars as Coughlin gets his first goal on the night. He was the guy that scored the game winner the last time these two teams met with 58 seconds left in the third period. And after that, once the game got to 2-2, it was really all Highlanders after that.
Yeah, a lot of the Highlanders are being left unmarked behind the North Stars defense, and they're just getting free shots on the goal. Plater was pulled maybe 2/3 through that period, and Sanderson came in, and they're still scoring.
Plater was pulled after 14 minutes and 20 seconds of play into the first period. As you can see there, Drake Neal Hunsberger establishing a connection here early on. And the Highlanders just scoring on all cylinders here. As Hunsberger finding Weinstein, who has a great job of working around the perimeter, and then Hunsberger getting his second goal of the period, putting it past Sanderson as the Highlanders take a 7-2 lead through one period of play. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings as we start to take a look at the playoff picture as we're rounding out the regular season. As you can see, Cambridge and Owen Sound in that 7 and 8 playoff spot. Both of these teams trying to solidify a playoff spot here with a win here tonight.
Yeah, Owen Sound has the one game in hand, so if Cambridge can walk away with the 2 points tonight, that would be in their benefit, in their favor. The magic number for the Highlanders here for the playoffs is a combination of 3 wins and Wallaceburg London losses. Owen Sound has a magic number of 4. So it looks like, Cambridge and Owen Sound are going to sneak in. But man, do they have a tough first round matchup if it were to stop today. Six Nations and Elora.
Both of those very tough first-round matchups. That 6th spot that Hamilton currently holds, probably a lot of value there. You'd probably rather play against the Athletics than that strong Rebels and Mohawks teams in the Western Conference standings. We'll take a quick break, but once we come back, we'll have the out-of-town scoreboard and second period action. It's 7-2 for the Highlanders through 20 minutes of play. We'll be right back. You're watching Cambridge Highlanders Lacrosse on Rogers TV.
I have a really big passion for dance. I get a little bit bullied at school, and I'm never gonna let anyone stop me.
You made new friends with us right here.
I think that there are limitless possibilities to what we can achieve.
Yeah! You are a star.
Your life will never be the same.
It was just breathtaking.
Live the life of your dreams, make it real.
I'm Ross Kettner, Mayor of the Municipality of Meaford. There's a lot going on these days, and you can keep up with all of it simply by watching our regular council meetings each Tuesday afternoon at 3 on Rogers TV.
At St. John Ambulance, we're all about community. We teach life-saving skills and provide community support through our volunteer services. All St. John Ambulance product sales and training registrations support these important services. Volunteer, donate, or enroll in a program today so we can continue to have an impact on our community. Visit sja.ca to learn more. At St. John Ambulance, we do more than save lives, We change lives.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Don't forget to tune in to Great County Life on Rogers TV next week.
We're going to be talking to Tim Nichols-Harrison from the Owen Sound Library.
Welcome back to the Galt Arena Gardens here in Cambridge. We're just getting set for second period action as the Cambridge Highlanders take a 7-2 lead into the second period. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard and what's going on around the Junior B circuit.
7 games on the schedule tonight, across the province, and so these 6 are the out-of-towns. In the first, Gloucester and Akwesasne is tied at 0s. Nepean's up on Kanawake 6-0. Windsor's up on London 6-2. Clarington up on Newmarket 7-3. Six Nations and Elora, the top 2 teams in this conference, tied at 3. And then you've got St. Catharines and Hamilton, another pretty close matchup there, tied at 1.
Yeah, Six Nations and Elora, 2 heavyweights in the Western Conference. Six Nations won the first game between those 2 teams earlier in the year. Elora would like to split that season series heading into the playoffs, but 2 favorites to meet each other in the final of the playoffs once that comes around. We have a little bit of a delay here to start off the second period.
Yeah, it looks like they're working up the scoreboard here. They have a penalty up right now. I'm not sure.
I believe Dalton Thomas is headed to the box.
There he is.
He was involved in that late period scrum at the end of the first period that actually ended up turning into a fight between Tyler Graham and Elliot Thompson as the North Stars trying to wake up their team here after finding themselves down 7-2 after 20 minutes of play.
I got to assume both players received misconducts at least and will be sitting out for a little bit of time.
As the North Stars work around the perimeter now on their second power play. There's McMahon in the corner, back out in front. Moran was right there at the doorstep, but that was turned aside by Bowden. As the ball gets picked up by Drake Neal, who has led the charge for this Highlanders team. As he feeds Francis Renner now, short-handed.
Cambridge is one of the top 3 in short-handed goals this season. So,
as Francis Renner works his way in, he shoots. That was stopped by Sanderson, who continues to play in the game after taking over Plater, and that draws a penalty as the North Stars head to the box. So we'll go 4-on-4 after the Francis Renner opportunity.
Yeah, he took down Francis Renner a little hard from behind there. So Cambridge now going to see a little 4-on-4 here. Cambridge starting off with their fresh 30.
So Calvin Stewart heads to the box. A great moving close by Francis Renner to work around Calvin Stewart. Caught a good shot away and drew a penalty in the process. Here's Francis Renner now at the corner. 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock as we're on 4-on-4 here to begin the second period. Here's Francis Renner now working his way in. Nifty play there, trying to go behind the head. That shot misses wide. Weinstein with a chance. That also misses wide as a long shot from Hunsberger gets blocked. A couple chances up close for the Highlanders, but no shots on target as the shot clock will wind down on the violation.
That was a good lead pass there from Nick Thomas there to a streaking Francis Renner to get a good chance there.
And here's Gavin Downs now. He gets smothered into the boards. Would not be surprised if these 2 teams get a little bit rough here in the second period. Here's a chance up close, short-handed. They score. Tyson Downs, 4-on-4, scores the goal here to open up the scoring here in the second period. And the North Stars start on the right side here. It's now 7-3.
Yeah, a little lax in the defensive coverage there, and just able to walk in and get a good shot. Mateo Bowden's been playing really well, but wasn't able to stop that one.
So it's a goal, 4-on-4, 30 seconds remaining on the initial Thomas penalty. As the North Stars doing a great job trying to find some life here in this second period. We have seen the Highlanders play a little bit inconsistently over the course of this season. They have had their runs over the game, and they've been victimized of being on the wrong end of runs after taking a lead.
Yeah, one thing that might bode well for them is the second period is their best period as far as goal scoring.
So the penalty has now expired. It's a 38-second power play for the Highlanders, but Owen Sound has the ball here as Moran has it with 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. At the elbow now is Curtis Arnold as he's trying to work around Carson Albert. Back across, intended for Cochran, out of his reach. Loose ball picked up by Cochran, but he couldn't quite handle it. As the ball comes now out to the corner, picked up by the Highlanders, and they'll have 10 seconds on the power play to get something going. Looking for their 8th goal of the game. Hunsberger has it now in the corner. Here's Hunsberger. 1 second remaining. Penalty has now expired. Back on the floor is Kelvin Stewart. Here's Weinstein now at the elbow. Weinstein back across Hunsberger. Hunsberger back to Weinstein. Weinstein drops it off for Wallace. He bobbles it. Ball gets picked up by Hunsberger, and he'll let one fly, but that was stopped by Sanderson.
That was a good shot, but yeah, Sanderson was up to the task.
Back the other way come the North Stars. Owen Pryor carries it out for Owen Sound. As the ball's now at the near elbow, centering pass out front for Coughlin gets broken up. Coughlin now in the corner, bound up with Patterson, coming out with his Coughlin. Already goal in this game, the second Owen Sound goal. Tries to center out front, nobody home as the ball goes right back around to center. And the time will expire here on the shot clock violation.
Yeah, it was a little better coverage there by Cambridge, not giving North Stars anywhere to really get the ball in to get a good shot.
There's Drake Neal now with Thomas. Back up for Whistle. He shoots and he scores! Carter Whistle from the elbow beats Sanderson on the blocker's side, scores his first goal of the season, and the Highlanders take an 8-3 lead.
So he's on a goal per game run now.
As we get another look here, just a nice shot here from the elbow. Ricochets off the floor, nice low shot there from the AP. Playing his first game of the season and making an impact for the Highlanders.
I'm noticing Cambridge is shooting low on like both goalies that have been in tonight. So they seem to be thinking that's the better place to shoot, harder for the goalies to get down.
As Owen Sound back on the attack, there's a quick chance out in front. That was stopped by Bowden. He's been really good this game here, Steve. Set aside a lot of these Owen Sound opportunities. Remember, earlier in the game, they had a couple short-handed opportunities that was turned aside by Bowen as well.
Yeah, he's really getting his body in front of everything tonight. And you know, the few that have got by him are ones that he's not either seeing or just being left open.
Shot clock was winding down as the Highlanders get a shot, but that was turned aside by Sanderson. They get another chance here with the shot clock reset. Here's a shot from Francis Runner from distance. That was held on by Sanderson. As the North Stars back the other way. As Carter Moran picks up. He's been kind of quiet here through this first half of the game, as he leads the team in scoring with 53 points this season, 28 goals and 25 assists. As Sean McMahon has it, he winds up and fires. A nice save there from Bowen. Didn't find it after the initial shot, but that ball gets picked up by Poirier.
Yeah, you saw him reaching behind him there just in case it leaked through. But good for him to hold on.
As Holden Stevenson heads to the box after an infraction behind the play of Dalton Thomas.
Took his helmet right off.
Dalton Thomas has been very active in this game, instigated the fight at the end of the first period, and now drawing a penalty.
Yeah, he's a good big body out there, you know, and him and his brother Nick, very, very big players on the Cambridge Highlanders team.
So it's going to be called a 5-minute penalty. That's what's on the board right now. So a 5-minute major going against the North Stars, and the big opportunity here for the Highlanders to really break this game wide open. Here's Drake Neal now at the top of the key. He shoots Turned aside by Sanderson. Francis Renner back to Neal. Neal waits to Nick Thomas. Nick Thomas back to Neal now. Francis Renner at the elbow to Neal. Neal winds up and fires off the mask of Sanderson. He hangs on. The loose ball gets picked up by Francis Renner. Neal go back to Hansberger. Here's Neal. Back to Francis Renner. He shoots. That will stop the rebound out in the corner. Gets redirected behind the net. Weinstein is there battling up with Pryor. As the ball comes right back out to center. Loose ball picked up by Neal. And Neal will work his way in. Spins away from Kruger. Plays it to Francis Renner. Back out in front. Thomas, and he scores! A nice feed there from Francis Renner. Sets up Nick Thomas. And on the power play, the Highlanders able to take a 9-3 lead.
Yeah, and since it's a major, the player will stay in the box. If they do get a second goal, I believe, then he's out. So they've got an opportunity to get this lead up to 6 if they can get another one here.
And you see right on the replay, Thomas parked out right out in front. Again, the North Stars leaving a Highlander right out in front of their netminder unattended. And it's really been hurting them here early on. 6 minutes into this second period, 6-goal lead for the Highlanders. As the Highlanders work around the perimeter here with 3:50 remaining on the power play. Here's Thomas now at the elbow, back out in front looking for Hopper, but he couldn't quite handle the pass. As Morrison picks up in the corner. Plays it up ahead there for Patak. Patak goes up to the captain, Kruger. Kruger will slow things down here for the North Stars. Now he speeds up, he works his way in, and he scores on the shot, but he stepped into the crease, so that play gets reversed. And back the other way are the Highlanders.
Yeah, Cambridge was fortunate on that. He was able to shake the defensive coverage there and get behind him.
So here's Weinstein now. Back on the power play. On the attack are the Highlanders. Here's Hansberger. Back to Thomas. Working around the perimeter. Francis Renner. Back to Hansberger. He shoots. That was stopped by Sanderson. Rebound gets collected and gathered by Moran, but the play gets whistled down, so it's Highlanders ball behind the net. Shot clock gets reset. Wallace has it now. Back to Thomas as we reach the 3-minute mark here remaining on the power play.
They're really doing a good job of moving that ball around on this 5-minute penalty they've had.
Really patient offense here for the Highlanders on this power play as Francis Renner trying to work his way in, but bobbles the ball. And it goes right on Sanderson, and then the play gets blown down, and it's Highlanders ball on the violation.
And a fresh 30.
As Owen Sound not liking the call there, as Highlanders once again slowing things down here, being very patient on this 5-minute major.
Getting the hot hand, Drake Neal out there.
As Neal has it now, working his way with Thomas. Here's Francis Renner, back out in front. Thomas trying to take a quick shot, but the ball hops over his stick. Francis Renner picks up in the midair. Back out to Thomas, he shoots, stop the rebound out in front. Weinstein just misses wide. Thomas is shot with the shot clock lying down. Sanderson made the initial save, but Weinstein had a good opportunity up close, but can't capitalize.
Great series of saves there by Sanderson, especially on the second shot.
As here's Neal now over the timeline. He works his way and back out in front. They score! Cole Hansberger scores his hat-trick goal as the Highlanders put up double digits here on the power play. It's now 10-3.
Yeah, that's, again, quick counter there. Able to capitalize and get the 6-goal lead we were talking about. And I'm not sure. They're in the penalty box talking. I'm not sure. No, he's not coming out, so I'm sorry I was mistaken. I guess 2 goals is not going to get him out of the sin bin.
So both of the goalies heading to the bench for their water break. But Drake Neal also setting up that goal, Steve. He's been huge in this game offensively for the Highlanders, really dominating the offense and leading the charge for the Highlanders.
Yeah, tonight. Definitely. I think just before he came on, you saw Francis Renner kind of motioning to the bench. I think he was calling for to get Drake Neal out there.
What a great decision that was. Why not put out the hot hand? As the ball is at center, the face-off won by the Highlanders, and Drake Neal has it once again. Here's Drake Neal now. He works his way in, walks and shoots. Stopped by Sanderson, and he'll hang on to the rebound as he does a stretch pass up ahead there for Gavin Downs. Gavin Downs back out in front for Tyson Downs as they're short-handed, or rather they're 5-on-5 now.
Yeah, I was going to say I have to correct myself. The penalty is over, but I think he's got a misconduct too, so that's why he's not coming out of the box at this point.
As the Highlanders regroup here, up 7 goals here, 10-3. Midway through the second period, they haven't let up after a very good opening frame. As Francis Renner has it now. From distance, walks and shoots. That was turned aside by Sanderson. Ball goes all the way back into the Highlanders zone. Downs giving chase, working his way in. He's behind the net, back out in front. Intended for Kruger, that was out of his reach. As Kruger has it now. At the elbow, Kruger sells things down as the North Stars slow things down here with 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Down, smothered by a couple Highlanders defenders, plays it to the near side for Cochran. That pass intended for McMahon out of his reach. Francis Renner picks up the pass from Bowden, and he'll carry it out the other way.
That's good defensive play there by Francis Renner, stopping him from getting in on Bowden there to get a chance.
Here's whistle now to Evan Wallace. He walks and shoots. Stopped by Sanderson. He'll hang on to that. Rebound. As the North Stars carry back out the other way.
That's one thing I've actually noticed when in the games we've been doing. Francis Renner, not shy of getting back and helping out with some defensive coverage.
As the North Stars regroup here, here's Moran now. Back out to the far corner. There's a long shot from Morrison. That was held on, or stopped by Bowden. The ball goes up and out of play. As McMahon has it now in the corner. McMahon at the elbow, working his way in around Albert. Back up to Coughlin now. Here's Moran. Moran spinning away. He shoots, just misses wide. Gathering it now the North Stars. Long shot, just misses wide once again, so the shot clock has not reset. Down to 10 seconds. Sanderson will pick up and gather. Shot clock is still winding down here, down to 3 seconds. We'll try to throw one up ahead for Moran, but out of his reach. And the ball will go back on Bowden as the Highlanders will regroup.
They've kind of stepped up the defense after that first North Stars goal in this period, so we're starting to see a little more of what we saw in the first period.
There's Weinstein. He shoots and scores. Takes the screen and delivers, does Weinstein, and now the Highlanders jump out to an 11-3 lead after Weinstein's first on the night.
Weinstein has 5 goals and 6 assists in the last 2 games, and a goal and 4 assists in the last meeting with the North Stars. So definitely one of the offensive threats that's not got on the board until now. So good for him.
One of the many offensive threats on this Highlanders team. As we talk about their high-octane offense, 197 goals this season, 3rd in the Western Conference. They were initially second heading into last night, but Galt leapfrogged Cambridge after a big outburst last night.
Yeah, the 2 top goal scorers are both on Guelph, and Francis Renner just behind them.
Delay penalty coming up to the Highlanders as Cochran trying to work his way in. Breaks his stick on the play, and as the ball gets picked up by the Highlanders, so they'll head to the box as Dalton Thomas, or Alex Thomas rather, or Nick Thomas rather, will lead the way and head to the box. So it's a power play for the North Stars now as they try to find something to get back into this game, Steve, down 11-3.
Yeah, that's... We'll see if they can get going here. They've got... Cambridge has held them so far with the power play, but... they're moving it good right now.
There's a pass out in front. Cochran couldn't quite handle the pass. Ball gets picked up by the Highlanders. Play gets whistled down. The North Stars regroup here with a fresh 30.
Yeah, fraction there on the one Highlanders.
As the ball comes back out in front, there's a quick shot there from Tyson Downs. That was turned aside by Bowden. As Moran has it now at the elbow. Back up for McMahon. Back to Moran. To McMahon now. McMahon trying to work his way in. Plays it to the near corner. Now Cochran. Moran back to McMahon. McMahon Here's Downs, he shoots. Stopped by Bowden, rebound, almost found its way back behind the net.
Yeah, that just kind of bounced a little back wide of the net. I don't know if after the whistle if that would blow it dead anyways, or that could count as a goal.
So a minute remaining on the North Stars power play. 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock as Francis Renner will slow things down here and waste some clock. Shot clock winding down. Francis Renner walks in, shoots. Whistles that one just wide, gets the return feed. He shoots again. That one just misses wide as well as it ricochets off the glass. Shot clock has now expired as Carter Moran has it now. Slowing things down here. Has been kept off the score sheet here early on in this game as Coughlin has it now. Back to McMahon. Here's Moran. McMahon has it. There's Coughlin. Across for Moran. He shoots. Stopped by Bowden. Rebound out in front. Loose ball. Will be picked up by the North Stars. So they'll have another possession here with a fresh 30-second shot clock.
Yeah, Bowden's really playing well. He's seeing the ball and he's able to get his big frame in front of it.
Here's Moran now at the elbow. Moran working his way in. Back to McMahon. There's a long shot from Coughlin. That just sails wide. Out of the box comes Thomas, and he's the other way. Right out of the box. Here's Thomas working his way in. That was stopped there by Sanderson. The play gets whistled down, but Thomas, a big chance right out of the box. That's sort of what you like to see coming out of the box. The ball right there looking for you.
Yeah, just a lucky bounce and was able to shake the defender and get a good opportunity there.
As the North Stars, now even strength, trying to get back into this game here. As the ball ensues in the corner. Holden Stevenson in there for the North Stars. Loose ball gets picked up by the Highlanders, and they are the other way. Here's Johannes now. He works his way and he shoots. Stopped by Sanderson as he makes a nice save there. Off the streaking Johannes.
Yeah, he's still looking for his first goal of the season.
Carter Moran sends it court wide. As there's a chance right out in front. They score! Looked like Tyson Morrison, the recipient of the Moran pass, and the Owen Sound North Stars cut into this lead a little bit now. It's 11-4.
Yeah, Bowden's arguing here something. I'm not sure what, but we also have a Highlander going to the box here.
So here's Dalton Thomas heading to the box once again.
Jeez. Nick Thomas and Dalton Thomas right after each other, giving North Stars more of an opportunity to get back in this game.
And we talked about lacrosse as a game of runs, right, Steve? We don't want to give a team momentum because they can really get back into this game quickly.
Yeah, that's been one of the Achilles heels of the Cambridge Highlanders this season, is giving up some really long runs of goals in games. So if they can hopefully weather this one and get back to that stingy defense that they were doing.
And Joel Coughlin, Moran, he shoots and he scores! Carter Moran, just after getting an assist on the last North Stars goal, gets his first goal on the night and scores on the power play for the North Stars.
Yeah, that was a quick pounce there, and looks like we've got a timeout here by North Stars, or got the goalie going to the bench here.
And as we get another look here at Moran's first on the night, just sneaks one past the low blocker side of Bowden, right from the elbow. Definitely a threat on this North Stars team is Carter Moran, and they'll be looking for him to get this North Stars team back into this game. So it's an 11-5 lead for the Highlanders. They haven't looked back since having a very good opening period, but the North Stars have now scored 2 unanswered as they look to work their way back into this game.
So, in the last 3 games, Moran has 7 goals, 8 assists, so he's definitely one that they're going to have to mark a little tighter.
He did have 80 points in 20 games last season. He's averaged 4 points per game last year, so he definitely knows how to put up points on this offense. Here's Weinstein now. Back down low. Here's Francis Renner in front. He shoots. Stopped by Sanderson. Rebound now in front. Drake Neal has it now at the elbow. Here's Drake Neal now. Shot clock winding down. 10 seconds remaining. Francis Renner now. Walking around the perimeter, back up to the top of the key, gets smothered there by the North Stars defense. Francis Renner now winds up, fires. Handled there by Sanderson as he redirects it into the crowd. So it'll be a fresh 30 seconds here for the Highlanders with 5:12 remaining in the second period.
Got some good movement here again. Passing, getting quick passes.
Francis Renner's pass was offline, picked up by the North Stars and quickly back the other way. Is Kruger. Kruger working his way in. He shoots. Turned aside by Bowden. Remember, Kruger had a nice move earlier this period who scored a goal, but it was later reversed after he stepped in the crease.
Yeah, good again, defensive play there by Francis Renner, so he didn't really get a quality shot, and Bowden was able to just turn that aside.
As the Highlanders working on the perimeter, back out in front for Neal. That was off the pass from Hopper. That was out of his reach. As Hunsberger has it now. Back to Neal. To Hopper. To the near side whistle. Here's Wallace now. Back to Neal. He jumps and shoots there. That one misses wide. As the play gets whistled down, 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock, and now it seems like we'll have some offsetting penalties here, both a Highlander and a North Star heading to the box.
Yeah, we got Whistle and Gavin Downs going to the box. They were both swinging the sticks at each other. So they'll sit for 2. We'll have some 4-on-4.
So 4-on-4 action. As we get reset here at center court. As Weinstein will pick it up. And he'll carry it out back into the North Star zone. Here's Drake Neal at the elbow. Drake Neal working his way in back to Weinstein. Weinstein at the top of the key, winds up and fires. That one skips wide.
What a great grab there by Drake Neal to keep this shot chance going.
As the Highlanders working their way in. Here's Wallace. He's in. He shoots. Nice save there from Sanderson. He turns that one aside. Back the other way are the North Stars, as they have numbers the other way. Slowing it down now as Owen Pryor has it. He'll drop it off as Moran has it now. For Tyson Downs. McMahon. Downs. Back to the far side now. Curtis Arnold working his way in. Trying to get the shot off. Might have lost the handle on it. As the Highlanders pick it up and they're back the other way quickly. Here's Weinstein now. Weinstein works way in. He shoots. Great save there from Sanderson as he got a pad on that. As it's kept alive by the Highlanders. Here's Francis Renner now at the elbow. Slow things down here. 50 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4 as the game has opened up a little bit here in the latter half of the second period. Here's Francis Renner now at the elbow. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Back out in front. Looking for Nick Thomas there, but that ball was out of his reach. Picked up by the North Stars, and Kelvin Stewart's the other way, leading the charge. Here's Stewart. Stewart working his way in. At the elbow, spinning away from Patterson. Stewart. Back to Moran. He's been huge in this second half of the second period for the North Stars. As they regroup, here's a shot from long distance. That's steered aside by Bowden, and the ball will go up and out of play.
Yeah, North Star's got a fresh 30 there.
McMahon now at the elbow. Back to Moran. Back to Coughlin. Trying to work his way in, but he gets turned aside by Johannes. Here's Moran now. Works his way in, shoots. Stopped by Bowden as Moran picks up the rebound. Penalties have expired. We're back to 5-on-5. Coughlin trying to center out front. Stepping in the crease there was Sean McMahon, so the play gets whistled down, but a good opportunity there with a lot of possession from the North Stars.
Yeah, it was fortunate for the Highlanders there. It looked like they were going to get a good opportunity. They got to weather this storm and get out of this momentum that North Stars have seemed to get a little bit here.
Drake Neal from the elbow, long shot, but that misses wide, goes up and out of play. As the Highlanders pick it up and they'll reset here with a fresh 30 seconds. Here's Weinstein. Back to Wallace. To Weinstein now at the elbow. Here's Drake Neal now. Using the screen from Weinstein. Neal with some space. He shoots. The side by Sanderson. As Weinstein has it now to Wallace. Wallace walking in, shooting. That one turned aside by Sanderson. Shot clock has reset to 30 seconds.
They're doing really well at picking up the loose balls after the shots until now. North Stars have a quick break.
There's Calder Adams with a chance in transition. But that shot was turned aside by Bowden, and back the other way are the Highlanders. Here's Thomas now with some space. He's in. He scores! Nick Thomas wide open off the bench, able to find the back of the net past Sanderson, and now the Cambridge Highlanders take a 12-5 lead and take back the momentum.
Yeah, Nick Thomas has been a great addition to this team. He's now in his 6th game and 13 goals and got 2 tonight.
Great pass there from Kennedy to find Thomas coming from the bench. Set up the play. So it's a 12-5 lead here for Cambridge. As we reach the 1:14 mark here in the second period. As Francis Renner off the bench will pick it up. Here's Francis Renner now, 18 seconds left on the shot clock as he slows things down a little bit. Takes the screen from Neal. Neal now has it out in front. Trying a backhand shot. That was set aside by Sanderson. The play gets whistled down on the infraction behind the net. So it'll be Highlanders' ball here with a fresh 30. Here's Wallace stepping into one. That one just misses wide, and the ball will go right back into the Highlanders' zone. Here's Weinstein now. Up ahead now for Neal. As Hunsberger has it. He steps into one. He scores! Cole Hunsberger, 4th goal of the game, gives the Highlanders a 13-5 lead with 36.5 remaining in the second.
Another great pass from none other than Drake Neal. Just keeps racking up the points tonight. Yeah.
He's been fun to watch, and Hunsberger has been capitalizing on Neal's playmaking this game. As we get another look here at the goal, another low shot from Hunsberger finds its way past Anderson.
That's good. Cambridge weathered the storm, and now they hopefully carry a little momentum into the third now. There's Bowden. Bowden's going to the bench with their last possession here.
4 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. As Francis Renner has it now, slowing things down a little bit. 10 seconds remain on the shot clock, 14 seconds remain in the period. As Francis Renner getting the signal from the bench. Here's Neal, back out behind the net. 1 second remain on the shot clock. Shot clock winding down, the violation. Sanderson gonna go long distance, trying to go over the head of Thomas. Will it have the legs? It won't. As time will expire, but Sanderson looking for the open cage here at the end of the second period.
Yeah, you always like to see when the goalie's going for that open net, either at the end of a period or end of a game.
So the Cambridge Highlanders offense continues to be hot after a strong first period. They put up 7 goals in the second period, and they carry a 13-5 lead through 40 minutes of play. Second period highlights and discussion coming up next. You're watching Cambridge Highlanders Lacrosse on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details. Looking for the best way to get the Major League Baseball games you want to watch? Rogers Super Sports Pack has you covered. With MLB Extra Innings, you'll have a premium ticket to out-of-market regular season games with all games available in HD. Don't miss the action from the games you want from both the American and National Leagues. MLB Extra Innings, part of the Super Sports Pack. For only $35.95 a month, Rogers customers get all this for one all-inclusive price. Order using your remote starting on channel 431 or visit Rogers.com today.
Welcome to the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Stalo people. The Stalo are people of the river. I'm so thankful for the courage and resiliency of our ancestors who lived on this land since time immemorial. Each of us have gifts from the Creator, and our Creator has a plan and purpose to be fulfilled in our territory. As we embrace our traditional teachings, we can lead the next generation into the fullness of what our Creator designed. Our shared history reveals a broken relationship, but as all Canadians commit to hear truth, acknowledge injustice, we can learn to walk in our traditional way, Letsamot, with a good heart and a good mind. Then all of our lives will be enriched. Kwasai.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
Welcome back to the Galt Arena Gardens here in Cambridge. We're through 40 minutes of play, and the Cambridge Highlanders carry a 13-5 lead heading into the final 20 minutes of play. Isaac Carmichael alongside Steve Klein. Steve, let's talk about that second period a little bit. Cambridge really keeping up with the offense, but the North Stars had their own opportunities as well.
Yeah, first half, maybe first three quarters of that period, it looked like North Stars were going to get back into this game. Got a couple of good goals, got power play going, but then near the end there, Cambridge got the momentum back, were able to score a couple of their own. So, if they can keep going into the third like they did, either the first or the second, they should walk away with the W here tonight.
That 5-minute major penalty that was taken by the North Stars was huge in turning the momentum. Seemed like the North Stars were getting back into the game, and then the Highlanders here on the power play taking full advantage of their 5-minute power play opportunity.
Yeah, they're able to put in 2 goals there on that man advantage, and not only that, you've lost that player for the rest of the period as well because of the misconduct. So
as we see the Highlanders continue to work in the offensive zone, they found the hot hand here midway through the second period. Weinstein gets on the action here, getting his first goal of the night as he continues a stellar season. And then the Owen Sound North Stars finding some life here late in the second period. Got a power play goal of their own. The first coming from McMahon, and then Moran taking it over after that.
Yeah, definitely one of the 2 bright stars on the North Stars team, no pun intended. But yeah, Cambridge, basically that period was taken over by Drake Neal and Hunsberger with 4 goals today.
4 goals today, 2 goals in the first period, 2 goals in the second period. As you can see here, the Highlanders just playing quickly in transition as well, moving up the floor quickly, having the North Stars on their heels. There is Hunsberger's 4th goal of the night. Drake Neal has been so big in this North Stars offense. As we take a look at the Highlanders leading scorers, and you're going to see a lot of the names that we've been talking about here, Steve, on that list.
Yeah, we're going to see, obviously, Francis Renner's up near the top with 3rd in goal scoring in the league, 42 goals, 31 assists. You got Weinstein coming in just behind him, 22 goals, 31 assists. Drake Neal, of course, 28 assists, 23 goals. Hunsberger, another 4 tonight, 20 goals, 22 assists. And Evan Wallace with 15 goals and 21 assists.
Let's talk about Tyler Francis Renner for a moment here, Steve. We're talking about an expansion team. They didn't have an expansion draft, and they were able to pick up quite the player in Tyler Francis Renner to lead the offense here in their inaugural season.
Yeah, what a gem find to get him on this team. Like I said, he's 3rd in goal scoring and 6th in points on the season. Plus, though, how many times we talked about him in that second period making solid defensive plays. So he's all over the court, and he's really a big part of why Cambridge is doing as well as they are in their inaugural season.
Francis Renner doing it all over the court, playing a 200-foot game. Let's take a look at the North Stars leading scorers. Moran, we didn't see him a lot in this first period, but the second period, he really started to come out and really started to jumpstart this offense, and that's what they really need from their leading point scorer in Carter Moran.
Yes, he's that should say Carter Moran. 28 goals, 25 assists. Coughlin, 9 goals, 19 assists. Arnold, 15 goals, 9 assists. McMahon, 10 goals, 13 assists just in 8 games. And then Morrison with 7 goals and 16 assists. You know, these are Moran, Coughlin, McMahon. They're, you know, the 3 names we were saying the most for the North Stars in that second period especially.
They'll definitely have to lean on these top scorers if they want to get back in this game, especially Carter Moran. We'll see how he can be in this third period as they head down into the stretch. The Owen Sound North Stars, remember, they won that third period the last time these two teams met, 6-2 to come back and defeat the Highlanders. We'll see if they can find that magic here again tonight. Third period action in the out-of-town scoreboard coming up next. You're watching Cambridge Highlanders Lacrosse on Rogers TV.
Women's mixed martial artist of all time. She is just next level.
Double jumping, baby!
Irene Aldana!
Her boxing is crisp and clean. This is a big-time challenge to Amanda's title.
I'm chasing the belt, LD champion.
So much anticipation for this fight. The winner of this fight would be next in line for the title.
The UFC has landed in Vancouver.
Let's go!
Hey, Grey County. Think it's too late to become more fit? Think again. I'm personal trainer Karen Ross, specializing in 55+ fitness. My mission is to help you find your way back to health and wellness. I'll give you the knowledge and the power to take control of your own fitness path. Everyone deserves quality of life for their entire life. Tune in to A Little Bit Fit with me, Karen Ross, right here on Rogers TV.
Your mouth can do a lot of amazing things. And your mouth can save a life.
Hi, I'm Tom Wong. I'm just one of close to 1,000 Canadians in search of a stem cell match. We need your help.
A simple swab is all you need to register on the National Stem Cell Database. You could be the one to save a life. Find the hero in you.
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
To the Cambridge Arena Gardens. The Cambridge Highlanders carry an 8-point lead heading into the third period. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we head into third period action. Steve, what's going around the Junior B circuit across the province?
So we've got 5 games here listed. We got Nepean over Kanawake 9-4. Windsor over London 12-5. Six Nations with a 6-4 lead over Elora. That's still a close one in the second intermission. Clarington 13-7 over Newmarket, and Hamilton doubling up on St. Catharines right now, trying to make some ground. They're up 6-3.
Yeah, the St. Catharines A's currently having the third place spot in the Western Conference. That'll be a big win for Hamilton, as Elora and Six Nations, as expected, in a tight game.
The 2 top teams. So imagine that, eh?
As the Cambridge Highlanders, right now, looking like they'll be facing one of those top 2 teams in the playoffs if the playoffs started today, Steve.
Yep, that would definitely be a tall task. Best of 5 when they go into the playoffs, so not a lot of time to get your footing in there. You got to start off hot.
There's a long shot from McMahon trying to get back into this game a little bit for the North Stars, but that was held on by Bowden. Bowden's been really solid here in this game, sort of been behind in the back under the radar with this offense, but we have to give some credit to Bowden as well.
Oh, definitely, and as I alluded to at in the opening, you know, he's got his goals against average down below 10 now, so, you know, definitely improving at the right time of the season going into the playoffs. He could be huge.
Especially against one of those top teams, as Coughlin was recently stopped there from Bowden. And back the other way are the Highlanders.
because we definitely know goal scoring is not going to be their problem.
Here's Weinstein. His shot was stopped and turned aside by Sanderson. The Highlanders can definitely put up goals in bunches, as we've seen of late, not only in this game, but in recent games as well, have the Highlanders. Their issue, an area of improvement that they're going to need to work on to beat those top quality teams, being able to keep the ball out of their net. And they've done a great job here tonight against Owen Sound.
Definitely. This is a vast improvement, and if this is how they're going to finish out the season, again, they may luck out and move up the standings and face St. Catharines or Guelph in the first round rather than Six Nations or Elora.
As Morrison works around the captain Poirier and gets a good shot, but that was stopped by Bowden. And back the other way is Nick Thomas. Nick Thomas back across to the far wall. There's a long shot. That just skips wide, and the ball will go back out to center, and it's a 2-on-0 the other way for Owen Sound if they can corral it. Back out in front, here's Moran. He's in, he scores! Yeah. Carter Moran back in transition, scores his second goal on the night and cuts into this lead. Owen Sound back in it. It's 13-6.
Yeah, Cambridge was slow to react to that and getting back. I don't know what they were looking at, but quick 2-on-0 there.
Looked like they were having trouble corralling the loose ball were the North Stars, but they were able to quickly get it up to the leading scorer, Carter Moran, as we highlighted here in the second intermission, and he makes no mistake to open up the scoring here in this third period.
Yeah, 1 goal and 3 assists, and his goal was a power play goal on the last meeting with Cambridge.
As Francis Turner has it now behind the net, back out to the elbow, to the top of the key. Francis Turner walks and shoots. That one whistles just wide. Hunsberger picks up as the shot clock down to 9. There's a shot, stopped by Sanderson. As he's able to corral the ball in the crease. As the North Stars back the other way. Here's Kruger now, the captain. At the elbow, walks and shoots. That was blocked by Drake Neal, and the ball will go up and out of play. Don't want to give the North Stars any signs of life here in this third period if they're the Highlanders.
No, they've got a comfortable lead here, but that's only if they can get back to the defensive mind of play in the first period and, some of that second there.
There's a long shot from Jordan Cochran, and he scores. Right from the elbow, the Owen Sound North Stars have opened up this third period with back-to-back goals, and just like that, we're now at 13-7.
Yeah, Cambridge is a little bit slow starting in this third period, and Bowden's going to the bench for a water break here. It is warm. We're not as hot as we were last broadcast, but it is warm in here. So he's also talking a little bit with the goalie coach.
As we get another look here at Jordan Cochran's goal, he continues to have a good streak here of late, extends his point streak to 9 games. As Owen Sound maybe looking back at their last meeting and saying, hey, we did it before, we were able to come back after a second period deficit. They know that they can do it, and they're looking to do it here tonight. Here's the shot from Weinstein. He gets his own rebound. He scored on the shot, but the play gets whistled down. He might make contact with the crease as the Highlanders trying to get back into this game or back into the third period and sort of get back their momentum that the North Stars now have. Here's Curtis Arnold now in the corner. Tries to play it back, but the ball gets poked loose. Goes all the way down.
Yeah, they'll have to hurry up if they want to get a shot off.
8 seconds remain on the shot clock. As here's Tyler Downs. Back up for Curtis Arnold. He takes a long shot. That was turned aside by Bowden. As Poirier picks up, and he's the other way for the Highlanders.
Yeah, Bowden saw that all the way in. Makes a good save.
There's Wallace, sends it court wide for Neal. As the Highlanders working around the perimeter. Here's Hunsberger. 4 goals already in this game. Back to Neal. Neal working his way in. He's got some time and space. Trying to spin away from Moran. There are the Highlanders now. Here's Hopper back out in front. Neal, quick shot. Nice sliding save there from Sanderson. Take that one away from Jake Neal. Back the other way of the Highlander. Here's a quick chance for Moran. Just misses wide as he makes a bid for his hat-trick goal of the game.
Just on Cambridge's last attempt there, you had Whistle there laying a good block in there, so Hunsberger could get his opportunity in there. Great to see Whistle, really performing well tonight.
Here's Coughlin now trying to work his way in. He shoots, goes wide. 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock. A sharp angle shot there from Holden Stevenson. Gets corralled by the Highlanders. Seems like the North Stars really taking advantage here in transition, trying to play a long game here, down by 6 goals.
Yeah, you've seen a couple of long passes by Sanderson getting that ball up quick, and Cambridge just got to be quicker reacting and getting back.
Here's Nick Thomas now at the elbow. He walks and shoots and scores! Nick Thomas from the elbow uses the screen. He's able to slip one past Sanderson. It's now 14-7 as Cambridge has doubled up Owen Sound.
That's his hat-trick goal tonight. So, yeah, another offensive threat. Again, he's really fit in with this team well, and hopefully stop the bleeding, as they say.
That was a great screen by Ashen Lenkowski. Screen 2 North Stars there to give Thomas the time and space to really let one fly. Those are the kind of plays that don't show up on the score sheet necessarily, but a big reason why Thomas was able to get that shot off.
Yeah, they're good support there from some of these names we don't talk about too often, but certainly are quality performers on this team.
Whereas the Highlanders picking up some pace here. Here's a centering pass from Hunsberger looking for Neal. Those two have been really good here this game tonight. A big connection here for the Highlander. Here's Thomas now. Walks in, shoots, stop the rebound out in front. Thomas couldn't quite get a handle on it. As Sanderson picks it up, and he'll fling one back up court as the North Stars back the other way. Here's the captain, Braden Kruger, working his way in. Has some time and space, but his shot gets turned aside by Bowden. Shot clock resets at 30. Here's Moran now. In the corner. McMahon. He has him now working his way in. McMahon stood up at the top of the key. Moran takes a quick shot from the elbow, but that was stopped by Bowden. And the rebound gets gathered by the Highlanders.
Yeah, Bowden settled down again here and coming up with some big saves. Keep this momentum going for Cambridge.
As the Highlanders back on the attack, Francis Renner in the corner. Francis Renner walks back out to Wallace. There's a quick shot from the elbow. That was off of Weinstein, but that was blocked and redirected into the crowd. So it's Highlanders ball with a fresh 30 seconds. There's a quick shot there from Whistle, looking for his second goal of the game.
Yeah, he's had a solid game. That was a great shot.
As Calder Adams has it, and he'll set it aside now for Morrison. Morrison working around Thomas. Back out in front, there's a quick shot off the stick of Curtis Arnold, but that one whistles wide and it goes all the way back down into the North Stars zone. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Here's Coughlin now. Coughlin from long distance shoots, stop the rebound out in front. Trying to pick it up there was Curtis Arnold. He couldn't quite gather it. As the ball gets picked up by the Highlanders, and they'll go right back the other way, but the North Stars definitely playing with a little bit more pressure and getting some better opportunities here in the third period.
Yeah, they know how big this game is. They're playing with a little fire under them here, trying to get back in this game. They don't want to go 4 points down on Cambridge.
As Hunsberger has it now back out in front, intended for Nick Thomas. Out of his reach, ball gets picked up and gathered by Hopper. Here's Thomas now, winds up from distance. He shoots, that was stopped by Sanderson. Ball gets picked up and gathered by Sean McMahon, and he'll carry it out to center. Here's McMahon, waiting for this team to complete a change, as Holden Stevenson joined the rush. Here's McMahon now. Back up to Downs, but the play gets whistled down on the infraction, so it's Highlanders' ball. And they're quickly back the other way. Here's Francis Renner in on Sanderson, scores! Francis Renner in transition gets the stretch pass and makes no mistake, head on Sanderson. It's now 15-7.
What a great play in transition there. Quick turn around. You know, we've seen North Stars doing this period, and here we've got a great pass to a wide open Francis Renner, and makes a solid move to get Sanderson to move down.
What a great move that was from Francis Renner. There's a reason why we highlighted him in the second intermission, Steve. He has a lot of offensive upside.
Yes, he certainly does, and he's definitely a team player. You know, he's third in goal scoring, but he's got a lot of assists too, so he's certainly not selfish with the ball.
15 goals on the game for the Cambridge Highlanders as they continue their hot streak offensively. Here's Downs now at the elbow. trying to work his way in and center out front, but that ball gets poked loose. As the ball gets sent into the corner. Morrison trying to go back out in front for Moran, but that's taken away. And back the other way is Patterson as he slows things down. As Hunsberger will gather as Patterson heads for the bench. Here's Hunsberger now. Slowing things down. Delayed penalty coming up to the North Stars. Golden heads to the bench.
Francis Renner comes on. What a shock.
Francis Renner from long distance shoots. Held on by Sanderson, and he'll touch up for the whistle. So the North Stars will go to the penalty box, and the Cambridge Highlanders have a chance here for another one on the power play.
Yeah, Travis Morrison here going to the box. So Cambridge will have another 2 minutes here to add to their lead. Again, you saw, Hunsberger and Neal. It's like they're playing with magnets in their sticks. They're just finding each other open all the time, and a great finish there.
So back on the power play go the Highlanders. They had a very good 5-minute major power play, scoring twice. And as Hunsberger has it now back up to Neal. Thomas to Neal. Neal with some time and space, shoots, he scores! Drake Neal continues to have a stellar game offensively for the Highlanders, and he's able to put one past Sanderson on the power play. It's 16-7.
Yeah, the Hunsberger, Neal, Francis Renner, they're just leading the pack here tonight.
Too much time and space here for Neal. Francis Renner saying a great screen here. Once again, another play that's not going to show up on the score sheet, but Francis Renner doing it all, setting up Drake Neal, giving him a lot of time and space here to get that shot off. And after the North Stars looked like they had some momentum here early in the third period, the Highlanders really taking that away as they look to go back to 500 here with an 8-8 record with a win here tonight.
Yeah, hopefully getting an inching closer to Hamilton, hopefully to move up the standings if they can.
As Cole Hunsberger gets an assist on that goal as well, so he continues to have a strong game. As Thomas has it now. Thomas outmuscles his way in, but that was turned aside by Sanderson. Speaking of strong games as well, Thomas has had a game of his own.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? It seems like we talk about 3 players, and there's another 3 or 4 we could easily talk about having great games tonight.
As there's Joe Coughlin over the timeline into the Highlanders zone. Coughlin back up to the point. As they work around the perimeter, Moran with a quick shot. That one just misses wide and goes all the way back into the North Star zone. 5 seconds remain on the shot clock. Sanderson will throw one into the Highlanders zone. Shot clock will wind down. Highlanders ball. Some great defense here too from the Highlanders. Even though they're ahead here by 9 goals, they're still playing some good defense and keeping up the pressure.
Yeah, after the start of the period here where it looked a little shaky, they've certainly woken up and are really pushing the play here.
Here's Evan Wallace now working his way in at the elbow. Plays it across now for Francis Renner. From distance, he takes a long, low shot. That was turned aside by Sanderson.
I noticed a lot of Francis Renner's long shots too. He's trying to bounce them right in front of Sanderson.
Try and get that ricochet right out in front. As McMahon has it now at the elbow. Back out in front. Coughlin is there. That was turned aside by Bowden. Nice save there up close.
Yeah, he stood tall there, getting his big frame up. Nowhere to go over his shoulder.
Here's Coughlin now in the corner. Slowing things down, waiting for the change to complete. As now there's too many men on the play. So the play gets whistled down. As there were 6 North Stars, 6 orange jerseys on the floor.
Not a penalty.
As Hunsberger carries it out for the Highlanders after the turnover of play.
Yeah, the North Stars are fortunate there that it's not a penalty in lacrosse for too many men. Already being down 9 here. They can't afford to give up any more power plays.
Here's Hunsberger working his way in, but that was turned aside by Sanderson, looking for his 5th goal of the game. Ball gets picked up by Weinstein. Weinstein waits, back down low. Hunsberger as he draws a penalty. Blade call coming up against the Owen Sound North Stars.
Yeah, Bowden rushes to the bench and they get their 6th man out there.
Nick Thomas is the 6th man as Drake Neal has it now. Here's Weinstein. Flings one across for Hunsberger. Back out in front. Francis Renner right at the doorstep. Couldn't quite bank it off of Sanderson. As the play gets whistled down, so the North Stars will head to the box. And it'll be another power play for this Highlanders offense. We've already put up 16 goals midway through the third.
Yeah, Gavin Downs taking his second penalty of the game here. Not what North Stars need right now.
The North Stars did have a great penalty kill in the first period, I should say, Steve. They had a lot of short-handed opportunities.
Yeah, they outplayed them in that power play for sure. Had the better of, the two really good opportunities.
There's Hunsberger now at the elbow. His shot gets redirected. Ball gets picked up by Neal. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Francis Renner flings on across for Hunsberger. He shoots. That was a nice save there from Sanderson as he kicks that one aside. Here's Neal now. Top of the key. Nick Thomas. And as the shot clock resets now, 20 seconds on the clock. Here's Neal, back to Thomas now, back to Neal. He waits, shoots. Just misses over the shoulder of Sanderson. And the ball will go up and out of play. And it's North Stars' ball with 1:14 remaining on the power play.
Yeah, Cambridge looks very patient there in their power play. They know they just need to hold on here at the end of the game, and they can walk away with the win.
Tyson Morrison working his way in. It's turned aside by Poirier. Morrison still has it now, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Right there is Tyson Downs as well. Here's Morrison. Morrison spinning away from a couple defenders, works his way in and draws a penalty on the play. A slashing call coming up against the Highlanders, it looks like. Yeah. The North Star is down. Jordan Cochran is down on the floor right now.
Yeah, he looks like he's in pain there. Oh, he's up. Good for him.
Seems like he may have got a slash in the wrong spot. Looks like he's getting up on his own accord, going back to the bench. So it's 4-on-4 for 47 seconds as the North Stars are able to draw a penalty while down the man. And with 6 minutes to go, they have some work to do. Here's Downs now. Downs at the elbow. Working his way in, back out in front. There's a quick shot there from McMahon, but that was steered aside by Bowden.
Good defensive play there by Johanna. Able to box him out, and shot came from the side, which Bowden had no problem with.
Here's Hunsberger now to Weinstein. Setting the screen there is Hopper. Weinstein. Back to Evan Wallace. Can't handle the pass. Picked up by the North Stars, and they're back the other way. Here's Mitch Stevens now. Over the timeline. Waits for Gavin Downs to come out of the box. So the penalty has expired. 1:10 of the power play for the North Stars. Moran will carry it out as the North Stars complete a change.
Yeah, we'll see if they maybe pull a goalie to get a better two-man advantage here.
Here's Moran. Right on top of him is Lankowski. Back up to the elbow. There's a quick shot from Curtis Arnold. Loose ball out in front after Bowden made the initial save, and the Highlanders will able to gather as Dalton Thomas carries it out. Up to Nick Thomas now. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. As the Highlanders will play into the North Star zone.
Sorry about that. Bowden just continues to have a really good game tonight. 7 goals against so far this far in the game. This has really been a good defensive and goaltending battle from Cambridge tonight.
The Highlanders may have scored 16 goals in this game as Thomas breaks his stick, slashing Owen Pryor. So he heads to the bench rather, with a broken stick. How many times have you seen someone break their stick slashing somebody else?
I think twice here since we've been doing our broadcast. I think, was it Francis Renner had his broken the one game?
As Moran takes a quick shot, but that was stopped by Bowden.
And these sticks aren't graphite either, so you got to be a lot of power there to break them.
There's a turnover there. Moran working his way in off a turnover from Poirier. Moran flings it right back to center. Gathering it there is Gavin Downs. As Tyson Downs has it now. Working around Patterson, back out in front. Here's Moran, he shoots, and he scores!
Oh, that just trickled through Bowden. He had the initial part of the save, but just trickled underneath him.
Carter Moran right at the doorstep. Bowden made the initial save, but it squeaked right past him. And it's a 16-8 game now on Moran's hat-trick goal.
Yeah, and he's one of their top point getter, so, you know, it's not a surprise when he's scoring. 3:45 left. Cambridge has just got to manage the clock and just be defensive-minded. They shouldn't have a problem closing out this game.
So a ball drop at center. And a scramble ball drop, and it gets whistled down. Highlanders ball as Patterson won it back to Drake Neal, who continues to have a stellar game.
I was just going to say, there's a name we've said a few times tonight anyways.
Here's Hopper now to Weinstein. Weinstein back to Hunsberg. I know Francis Renner is leading this team offensively, Steve, but when you have all these names that you're saying right now, this team has a lot of depth offensively. They don't need to necessarily rely on Francis Renner, and that's always a strong thing to have, not having to rely on one guy to generate your offense.
Wow, there's a reason they had 197 goals coming into tonight's game. They've added another 16. So, you know, one of the top teams in the league for goal scoring. And tonight, one of the better teams defensively.
Ball in the corner now, back up for Tyson Downs. Tyson Downs working his way in. Fakes, goes to the near side, works in, shoots. Nice save there from Bowden. Another big save there from Mateo Bowden. A former Guelph Regal, a Cambridge, Ontario native, playing well on home soil. Here's Wallace now as the Highlanders slow things down here. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Francis Renner trying to get a shot there, but cut off by Travis Morrison. As Francis Renner will just throw him back into the North Star zone with the time expiring. And that's all the Highlanders would really like here, Steve, just trying to waste some clock and come out of this game with the win.
Clock is the biggest enemy of North Stars right now.
Here's Morrison from long distance, shoots, held on by Bowden.
And there's their other biggest enemy. Bowden standing tall in net all night tonight. Had a stellar outing. That's, 8 goals against, lower than his goals against average right now. So hopefully close it out here and with a strong finish.
You mentioned that he had a decline in goals against average heading into this game. And if it stays like it is right now, it'll continue to decline, as he's had a nice stretch here for the Highlanders. And here's Tyson Downs now trying to work his way in. As the ball goes right back to Morant. Long distance, he shoots. That's turned aside by Bowden, but there was a delayed penalty on the play. So the Highlanders go to the box here at the minute 31 remaining in the third period. Looks like Dalton Thomas is back to the box once again, Steve.
Yeah, he's getting some frequent air miles there in the penalty box tonight. But you know what? He's always playing on the edge in every game we've been here. So, you get the good and the bad.
So the Highlanders will go to 4-2 at the Garden this season with a win here tonight. The Owen Sound North Stars will drop to 2-5 on the road and set 6-9 overall. There's a quick shot from a sharp angle, but hit off the post. That was off of Jordan Cochran. Nice to see him back out because he had a little bit of an injury midway through the third period. Yeah,
he was hunched over for a little bit there, kind of limped off, so you're absolutely right. Good to see him recover and get back out there.
As the North Stars will go to 2-5 on the road. That shot was stopped by Bowden. And the Cambridge Highlanders go to 500 with a win here tonight. Coughlin's shot just wide, back out in front. Over the head of Holden Stevenson, Tyson Downs. Balances in the far corner. Cochran is in there for the North Stars as the shot clock expires. And now with 33.2 seconds remaining, the Highlanders will be satisfied just hanging on to the ball here.
And depending how Hamilton does tonight, they could end up only 2 points back of the Bengals.
As the timeout is called. As the Bengals were leading the Athletics heading into the third period, the last time we took a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. As with 50 seconds remaining on the Owen Sound power play, we'll have a little bit of a timeout. As you see the out-of-town scoreboard rather on your screen, Windsor ahead of London 15-6 in the third period. As you see some Eastern Conference action as well, the Gales ahead 16-8. There's Six Nations ahead of Elora 9-7.
Close one.
And the Bengals 6-5 over the A's, a low-scoring affair in Hamilton.
Absolutely, but that's going to go right down to the wire.
So that game by no means set in stone. There's only a second separating the shot clock and game clock, so the Highlanders will just hang on to the ball here. And we'll let things go as the Highlanders go back to 500. They go to 8-8 on the season and extend their winning streak to 3 games in a row. As Steve, they had a very good offensive outburst this game and really a complete 60 minutes.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. This is one of the 2 best games we've seen this season at home anyways, and very solid performance. They knew what wasn't on the table for them, moving up the standings, not let North Stars catch up on them, and so they came through.
Mateo Bowden has now won his last 3 decisions when he's starting in goal for the Highlanders, and despite scoring 16 goals, Steve, Mateo Bowden was really good in the pipes to keep this lead and hang on to the lead that the offense really gave them.
Oh, absolutely. And, 8 goals against in most of the lacrosse games we've seen is a pretty low-scoring game. So, good outing for him, and good outing for, the defense as well. Some of these, names that we don't mention too often, like, Johanna and Subject, solid defensive play there to help out their goaltender. Bowden's there, though, when the shots were coming through for the most part.
The Cambridge Highlanders double up the Owen Sound North Star 16-8 final. As we take a look at the next broadcast here on Rogers TV, and we'll be covering the Cambridge Highlanders on Sunday, June the 11th at 7 p.m. as the Elora Mohawks come to town to face off against the Cambridge Highlanders. This could be a preview of the first round matchup.
Absolutely. This is going to be a really tough test for Cambridge. However, I think if they're able to put out a kind of defensive output like they did tonight, and just with their, usual goal scoring, they might make this one close at least and show Elora that they're not going to be a pushover if that is who they face in the playoffs.
The last time these 2 teams met back in Elora came out with a 1-goal victory, so it was a tight game despite the difference in standings. So it'll be a good one here on Sunday night here at the Garden as the Cambridge Highlanders improve to 4-2 at home. Thank you for joining us here tonight. As for Isaac Carmichael alongside Steve Klein and the entire Rogers TV crew, we'll see you Sunday night. But before then, take care.
occasionally.
Right, so it has really changed its kilowatts, I guess, that it's generating now. Wow. This has been an amazing journey. There's been a few places that I've never been to, like the last stop we were at, that the length of that berm's got to be a kilometer. That just...
I think it is.
Yeah, that's a huge berm. But thank you so much for spending the day with us today. It's steaming hot today. I think we picked the hottest day under the sun, definitely. But Barbara, you have been a busy lady. Your first book that you wrote, paperback, and you have now gone to a hardback book. So if people want to get in touch with you, because you are a lady of many talents, you are an artist, how can they get in touch with your webpage?
I have a website called barbaraperrin.com.
Okay.
And it's easy to find, and you can contact me there. I don't have anything about my books on that site, but people can contact me there and ask about how they can get a book.
Wonderful, yes. And take a few minutes to check out Barbara Perrin's webpage, because she's also an amazing painter and has a whole range of paintings on barns that you have captured history on canvas, which is fabulous as well. So thank you very much for joining us, Barb, and thank you for watching this episode of Wandering Grey Bruce. And we got to remember to thank the guy behind the camera, Daryl. Have a good day.
And thank you, Christy.
You're welcome.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line. Email us or connect with us on social media.
But he's, taking up some space, and just a perfect shot.
And we got a tie ball game. Nice low shot, right around.
Connection. We all need it. We live for it. It makes us feel like we're a part of something bigger. It makes us laugh, cry, and scream out for the